Hello everybody, what's going on? We're just going on, also known as David. So I'm about to go over to my buddy Mike's house. Mike knows a lot about cars. He's really mechanically inclined. As you guys know, I don't know that much. I mean, I'm still learning. The Evo is my first car I've ever really worked on. So I try to install this stuff myself, but I like to learn what I'm doing before I just go ahead and do it because I don't want to mess anything up. So my buddy Mike's gonna help me install some of my stuff. I got my boost gauge, my air fuel gauge, my upper intercooler piping, titanium, my titanium radiator piping, my ETS cold air intake with 3.5 inch MAF adapter, and then my open down pipe also by ETS. So the reason why I'm installing all this stuff, hold on, these guys want to go outside. You guys want to go outside? Oh my goodness. So the reason why I'm installing all this stuff is because in about 2 weeks I'm getting my Evo tuned at National Speed, which is a nearby shop. I'm getting it tuned because my Evo has been running really rich. So I want to get it tuned just to make sure everything's okay and get everything working properly again. But it costs like $500 for the dyno tune. Now I was going to take this opportunity to just throw some parts at the shop and have them put them on and then tune it, but they can't put on any parts until like March because they've got so many people trying to do work to their cars. So I could either tune it now and then put the parts on later and tune it again, or I could just put the parts on now and get it tuned and then be set for a while until I get more bolt-ons in the future. So that's what I decided I'm gonna do. So I'm going over to Mike's house today. We're just gonna look and see what tools we need for all the parts, you know, set up how we're gonna do it, like what we're gonna do in what order. And then a few days before my tune, probably like 1 or 2 days before my tune, in a couple weeks, I'm going to go back over there. We're going to install everything, and then that way I won't be driving too long with all that shit on without having it installed. And then I'm going to get the tune, and then I should be making quite a bit more horsepower with those bolt-ons. I still have a lot of bolt-ons to go, like my lower intercooler piping, bigger intercooler, blow-off valve, stuff like that. But I've got about half my bolt-ons done now. So right now with the current cold air intake, which is a step down from it's a AEM. And I believe it's kind of like a step down from the ETS one I have. With that cold air intake, my Grimspeed 3-port boost control, and my Cobb catback exhaust, which I don't like and I want to trade out for ETS eventually. With those three things on and a tune, I'm making like 319 horsepower right now to the wheels. So I should be at like 340, 330, 340. I'd like to say 350, but that's really hopeful. But we'll see what the dyno does. So yeah, I'm going to get it tuned. I'm pretty excited. It sucks having to pay for a tune right now because I was going to wait until later, but my Evo's just running so rich, I want to get it taken care of. Also, my Evo has been knocking recently, so when I do any pulls and I get into like 5,000 RPMs or a little bit higher, my knock, I'll have like a knock count of like 1 or 2, which isn't a lot of knock, but in my opinion, any knock is bad knock because I don't want my engine to explode. And I couldn't figure out why I was doing it because I was like, well, I'm not running lean, I'm running really rich, because running lean, you know, a lot of times that causes knock in engines. But I was reading online about different things that cause knock, and I realized I haven't changed my spark plug since I've had the car. And I know a lot of you are going to freak out at me because that's a tiny little maintenance thing that you're supposed to, you know, remember to do. I've put 20,000 miles on the car since I got it. So if the spark plugs were changed right when I bought it, that wouldn't be an issue, but I bought the car with 37,000 miles. I don't know when they changed them originally. So I'm at like 57,000 miles right now, so I don't know when my spark plugs have been changed, if ever, which is probably something I should have checked out before, but you live and you learn. So I ordered some NGK, I think they are, NGK laser iridium spark plugs. Those are the ones that everyone recommended online. They said they're great. They come pre-gapped. Everyone loves them. I've never changed spark plugs before, so I'm going to figure out how to do that. I've heard it's pretty simple. So I'm going to watch a few videos and look up some tutorials and stuff, and then probably make a quick video on changing out my spark plugs just because I'm going to do it anyway. And hopefully my car will be running a lot smoother after that. I won't have any more problems with knock, and hopefully the idle will be a little bit smoother because the idle's really rough right now. Everyone online that I've read that needed to change their spark plugs and use these spark plugs said that it made their car feel way smoother. It felt like it came back to life, all this other stuff. Apparently they're really great. If any of you guys have experience with that, please let me know your opinions on that. But I'm going to be changing those out. They're on the way now. As far as the rest of my car parts, I got tons of stuff for sale. So if you guys are still interested in parts, comment down below and comment what you want, and I'll see if I have it, because I have quite a few parts up for sale. But I've been selling parts, getting some extra money, working my job at Jimmy John's, getting money from that. So, you know, after I put these parts on with my buddy Mike and I get it tuned, and then I put on my remaining parts that I have in the garage, which is like underglow and a Varus bumper and stuff like that, I probably won't be doing anything on the Evo for like a year or so. And that's because right now I'm saving up for a daily driver, because my second job is delivery, and I really don't like driving the Evo all the time to do delivery runs, because I scrape it on stuff and it's just putting miles on it, and you know, it's getting winter time now. I kind of want to stick it away for a little bit. So I'm probably about a year I'm going to be saving up, because I'm going to get a daily, and then after I get the daily I'm going to save up some money so I can just buy some big parts that I've wanted for the Evo, like carbon fiber trunk, carbon fiber hood, stuff like that. So after these parts and the tune, I'm going to be finishing up my exterior, which has quite a bit to go until my exterior is done. After the exterior, I'm going to move to interior, which I don't have a lot to do on there. I got steering wheel, short shifter, cage, stuff like that. But the interior is basically gutted, so I don't really have a lot to do. I might get some parts of the dashboard and the vents and the radio and stuff dipped in carbon fiber or something, because I think that looks really sick, but I'm not sure yet. Depends how much that all costs. But once I'm done with the interior, then I'll be moving to performance. So I don't know in the grand scheme of things how long from now that'll be. It depends how much I want to do on the exterior, because it could get really pricey if I buy like Varus skirts and stuff like that. But I'm going to kind of play it by ear. Once I complete my bachelor's degree, either this year or next year, and I hopefully commission and become an officer, I'll be making like 4 times the amount of money I make now, starting off. So I'll be able to finally afford to get into performance, because performance is so expensive compared to everything else. Because I want to build my engine, like fully build it, do everything I can to it, make it as dependable as possible, and then go big turbo and try to shoot for like 500, 600 wheel horsepower. So that's a big increase from where I'm at now with like 320, but it's definitely doable. I just need to find the right shop and have enough money. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. So that's all stuff in the future, but now I'm going over to Mike's house to install some simple bolt-ons, or to look at what we can install, or if we can put in the gauges today and do other stuff another day. And I don't know, we're gonna figure it out, but I will keep you guys updated. I'll probably have a video right after this showing what I've done today. But yeah, that's it. If you guys would like more driving videos like the vlog I put up the other day, let me know, because I have it mounted on my dashboard and I can kind of record vlogs. I might change around the position a little bit, because the steering wheel was kind of taking up a lot of the shot. But then I also have a suction cup phone mount I was putting on my ceiling to record out the front of the car the other day. That video will probably be up later. That looked pretty good, but because of the sun coming in the front, you couldn't see the road as well as I thought you could. So I'm gonna have to play around with it. I only have one GoPro, which is plenty, but some people have them mounted all out on all angles of their car. We can only afford one, so I'm gonna move it around and see what's best and what I like, and then go from there. But all right. Hey guys, so it's Riskin on a nail, also known as David. So this video takes place a little bit, probably like a week after the one that you guys just saw. So I finally went over to my buddy's Mike's house, and we were going to start installing some of my parts. So we decided the easiest thing to do first would be the titanium upper intercooler piping. Well, you can see right here I've got the stock stuff on, and first of all, we should have taken off my front bumper, but I've got all these zip ties holding it on. So we decided it'd be a pain in the ass to take it off, so we just kept it on, which ended up being a real pain. So basically Mike had his hand down here trying to undo the couplers. He had his hand down here with the wrench, and his other hand going around here trying to stabilize the couplers, where he kept scraping his hand on this thing right here. So we should have taken off the front bumper, but we finally got all the stock stuff off. It came off pretty easy. I had a little bit of oil in it, so you know there's some oil coming from my turbo, so that's not really good, but it'll be all right for now. So the titanium pipe, when we put it down here, we attached it with the coupler. It came up and it didn't bend as smoothly over the frame right here. It kind of like, almost like it didn't have enough bends. And so this part right here where it was supposed to bolt down, the bracket was like up here. So it didn't bolt down very well. So that was already kind of messed up. The titanium part just didn't fit that well. And then we went to go put the long piece on, and the coupler back there went on no problem. But then it came out, and see how this goes around the valve cover? This angle right here, it wasn't angled that much, so it kind of came like this, and you can actually see right here, it hit the valve cover. So it hit the valve cover and kind of came across right here. So that was a problem because it didn't clear this. It hit that, And then when it finally came down here, it was like the stock short piece right here stopped like right here, and the new one came like right here, and they basically touched, so we didn't have enough space to even put a coupler on. So I have some pictures. I'll probably put up on my, I probably won't put it up on my Instagram, because I messaged the guy RK Titanium that makes the parts that I was trying to put on, and it's been like over a year since he sent it to me. I should have test fitted it forever ago, but it's been sitting in my garage. But I messaged him, explained everything, sent him pictures, and after talking for a little bit, he basically said he's going to email me a shipping label so I can send it back to him free of charge. And then he's going to, he actually has an EvoX in the shop right now. So he said he must have, you know, miscalculated or missed a pie cut or something back when he made it. Because I've seen pictures of other people with the same piping from him, and it fits just like that stock part, it fits fine. So he's basically going to, for free, I'm going to ship it back to him. He has an Evo in the shop right now, so he's going to use that Evo to mock it up and make it perfect, like, you know, so it should fit like it should. So it'll fit like it should have from the beginning. And then once it's perfect and I've got all the correct couplers and everything and the correct clamps and everything, he's going to send it back to me, and then I'm going to try to install it and talk back to him. So it really sucks because in total I was at Mike's house probably like 4 hours, because without taking off the front bumper, that was a pain in the ass. And it was cold, so we kept going in the garage to warm up. So I spent about 4 hours at Mike's house trying to get that upper intercooler piping on, and we ended up having to take it back off, realizing it didn't work, and put back on the stock stuff. So that sucked, but the good part is Rob from RK Titanium, he's a really cool guy, great customer service. He's going to fix it for me, get it perfect, and send it back free of charge, and then I'll put it on. So that is probably about the best case scenario for as far as how it could have turned out when it didn't work. So I'm really happy about that. Obviously, I wish it would have worked in the first place, but the fact that he's willing to, you know, own up and just correct his mistakes and send it back without charging any money. You know, he could have just said, sorry man, fuck off, and then I would have been stuck with piping that didn't fit, and I don't know what I would have done. I bought it for $600, so I guess I could have sold it to someone for $500, but then it wouldn't fit them, their Evo, so I'd be kind of fucking somebody, but I can't like throw it away, you know what I mean? Like, I would just be stuck. So it really turned out all right. So hopefully I'll get that fixed and solved, and that'll be that. As far as the rest of my parts, I still have all my other parts in my car, in my back seat, that I was planning on putting on. I'm actually going to Maryland for a funeral of a family member. I might have more details on that, you know, in the future when everyone starts talking about it. But I'm going to Maryland for a funeral for one of my family members. So I got emergency leave from the Navy, and I got time off from Jimmy John's. So I'm going up to Maryland for about a week. And then I'll be back for about a week, and then I'm going back to Maryland probably for a Christmas leave. So, you know, in between now and the end of the holidays, I'll be pretty busy. I still plan on making some videos, but I might do some easy stuff when I come back. Like, we might put on my air fuel ratio gauge, and we might put on my boost gauge, and then some, you know, some little stuff like the resistors there for my headlights still need to go on. The downpipe, I don't know when I'm going to do that, but I'm probably going to wait. The downpipe and the ETS intake I have, I'm probably going to wait until like the day before my tune to put them on, just so that way I'm not driving around too much with them on there without getting it tuned. So that'll probably be that. But yeah, guys, that's really it. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you next one. All right.